Are you guys excited?
Yeah!
Like the words you said were excited, but the way you said it was just kind of like, yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's try it again. Are you guys excited for tonight?
Yeah!
Yeah, I thought so. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and bring out your first comedian. Your first comedian is a very funny individual. I would love to do an impression of his accent, but I've been told that that's very rude. So, do it. All right then, everybody, welcome to the stage, Mr. Eddie Stevens.
That's fine. It's not racist, is it? Because I'm white. Is that racist? Possibly, I don't know. No, I'm not. I've had a bad day. I've not had a good day at all. Right from the get-go, I woke up and I knew it was going to suck because this is actually a little bit embarrassing. But since it's just you, I'll tell you. Last night, and this is the first time this has happened in years, by the way, but last night I had a wet dream. Well, yeah, it sounds good, but this was one of those really fucked up wet dreams, you know, where you wake up just covered in cum, and it's not yours. Oh God, I hate those wet dreams, they're the worst. As I said, I haven't had one in years, not since I was a child. Wet nightmare, it was a wet nightmare, I should say. I really don't think I should have to wake up to cum, you know, mine or someone else's, but not even my own, because that's how I go to bed at night. I end the day with cum, because I'm, like most men, addicted to porn. I end every night looking at porn, that's my nightcap. And I'd love to be able to tell you that it's normal porn. I would love to be able to tell you it's normal porn, but it's not, it's weird. It's weird, fucked up porn. And it's not like illegal, weird, fucked up porn, it's just weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, how can I explain? It's like, you know that your pornography is getting out of control when you're masturbating to shit that isn't technically classed as porn anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like you're beaten off to farmequipment.com, stuff like that, you know? Like, I mean, on the one hand, it's good, because if you have a girlfriend or a wife or any partner, they're never going to know you've been masturbating to porn. If you're looking at farm equipment, there's nothing sexual about it. If you're beating off to farm equipment and your girlfriend steps in, she's just going to be like, honey, I'm just going to get some milk from the store. Was he just beaten up to a fucking tractor? Nah! So you can get away with it. But I beat up to weirder stuff than that. It is weird. Like let me just explain this to you. Like I don't start off weird at night. Like I start out with nice, normal, tame porn, you know, she-males, strap-ons, scats, traditional American porn. But then something happens, and I'm sure this must happen to other men too, because I intend to spend 10-15 minutes just getting the job done. But at some point in the process, I enter what I call the masturbation zone, where I just lose all sense of time. Like I said, I think it's going to be 10-15 minutes, but then 2.5 hours and 65 tabs later, I finally come, and I look up at the screen, and I genuinely don't know what it is I just came to. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't resemble anything. I mean, I'll try and figure it out. I'll be like, what? It's an octopus riding a penguin with tits, that's breastfeeding. Who's that, Danny DeVito? What the fuck is wrong with me? And it freaks me out, and it scares me. I'm scared of my own porn. Scared of my porn. I'm also scared of sharks, which is, most people are scared of sharks. Sharks are scary, aren't they? You know, is someone applauding sharks? Yeah, they are scary. But apparently you shouldn't be scared of sharks. Because I've been watching some documentaries recently, and they never attack people, hardly ever want to attack people. They don't want to attack you, they don't want to eat you. We taste like shit, I don't know what it is. But shark attacks are so rare that they offer a statistic just to illustrate how unlikely it is that you will be killed by a shark. And apparently, you are 20 times more likely to be killed by a vending machine than a shark. See, now you're laughing, it seems silly, doesn't it? But it's true. I heard it on Shark Week, so you know it's true. And when I heard that, I wasn't actually surprised, because I have a friend, this is completely true as well, I have a friend who used to surf, he used to live in California, he surfed, he got attacked by a shark, and it bit him on the leg, and he's got a big shark bite scar on his shin there. And whenever he shows this to people, they think it's really cool. They're always really impressed. But whenever I show people my vending machine scar, they think I'm a fucking idiot. You know? Even though I did technically survive, statistically, a more dangerous predator, right? Like, I'm a hero. You know, anyone can survive a shark attack. Put your dick in the wrong vending machine and... I'm not going to show you the scar. But, trying to think of a good segue. I like to stay in shape in case of sharks in New Mexico. Admittedly, it's very unlikely you'll ever be attacked by a shark in New Mexico. You'd have to go to the aquarium, you'd have to want to be attacked by a shark. But just in case, I like to work out, but I don't have a lot of free time. I have kids, I have work, I go to school, I do this. So I don't have a lot of time, so I try and get to the gym. So I'll lift weights, I work out, but I don't have enough time to run, because that's what I really like to do. I like running. But when I go to the gym, I can't run on a treadmill, because it's too boring, right? And I can't run on the streets, because I live in Rio Rancho, and like most parts of New Mexico, it's illegal to travel by foot. And if you've ever seen running, people will assume you're fleeing the scene of a crime, and they'll shoot at you, because that's what you do, right? You shoot people. Especially if they're running. If I'm an immigrant running, I deserve to be shot. So I don't run. If you saw the porn I look at, you'd agree, I deserve to be shot. But I don't run on the streets. So what I like to do is I go down to the bosque, and I run on the bosque on trails. And it's really nice. I like it because, you know, there's trees, the river, I'm out in nature, and there's no one around to hear me cry. But the problem is when I go running in the bosque, as I said, I don't have a lot of time to do it. So what I'll do is I'll get down there, I'll run around, I'll feel like shit, but I do my run, and then it'll take me like a month before I ever get back there again. So by that point, I'm more out of shape than the time before. So it's not even exercise. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like I'm just punishing myself for no reason. But last time I went, I got a real shock. This was the worst running experience I've had. Because I went for a run, I felt extra bad. And after about 10 minutes, I'd say, of dragging my troll-like body around this trail in the bosque, I start noticing something. As I'm running, I see like a black thing shoot across the trail in front of me. And I keep running, and then after about 30 seconds later, I see it again. And this kept happening, and I didn't know what was happening. After a while, I was like, am I hallucinating? Am I that out of shape? What's going on? So I stopped. I stop, and I see this black thing, and I follow it, and it's going around me, and it continues to circle me. And then after a while, I start, figuring out. I look up. It's a fucking buzzard. I'm being circled by and I was so demoralised, because that's when you really know you're out of shape. When nature's premier expert on death doesn't think you're going to make it, So I see this, and then first I was annoyed and offended, but then I start getting scared. I'm like, well, what is that? Maybe you know something I don't. I mean, he is the expert after all. So I'm watching him, I just sit down as I'm having this panic attack. It's a scary experience. And this is totally true. The buzzard, after a while, it just swoops down, lands on a tree, and it waits for me to die. So I'm sitting there looking at this buzzard, just confused. And then a second buzzard swoops down, lands right there. Yeah, word's starting to spread now. Yeah, I'm like the hot buzz in the bosque amongst scavengers. Like, I think the sound of me running, as out of shape I am, is kind of like the scavenger's equivalent of the ice cream man. Do you know what I mean? I'm just or whatever ice cream bands make in this country. I don't know. I'm too old. But so there's two buzzards sitting on the tree, staring at me. And I'm sitting there, and then I start getting really pissed off, because I really do feel like they're talking to each other. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sitting here, they're sitting there, looking at me, and I feel like they're just saying, hey Joe, oh, hey Louie, how's it going? Not bad, what you up to? Not much, just waiting for this diseased Sasquatch to die. Doesn't look much like a Sasquatch to me. Yeah, and I think it's got mange. I don't give a shit, I'm gonna eat it, I'm fucking hungry. Oh shit, fuck! Yeah, I threw a rock at it. I don't know if that's considered... Is that okay? Can you throw rocks at buzzards? He's a prick. I hate that buzzard. That buzzard, in particular. Anyway, then, by this point, they fly away. And then I realised it's getting dark. It's getting dark, it's getting late. And suddenly I realised, because I'm a pussy, I'm out in the middle of the bosque, and it's night time. It's getting dark, and I start hearing things. And on the trail ahead, I hear a rustling sound, and like twigs snapping, and noise and disturbance, and like a weird groaning sound. And then round the corner, just as I'm starting to really shit myself, round the corner comes a zombie. Well, it wasn't a zombie, it was an old man, but he was really, really old, okay? And it just so happens, are there any fans of Walking Dead show? Yeah. Well, it's a great show, but it turns out if you watch an entire season of Walking Dead in 24 hours, old men walking in the woods do start to look a lot like zombies. And they're just as irritable when provoked. Yeah, and they smell just as bad. And they're just as easy to kill. Thank you, Lady Stevens.